What's up, guys? All right. What I'm going to be covering right now is something that I like to call the myths about the myths of bodybuilding. Um, I was reading this article covering just a bunch of fucking supposedly called myths about bodybuilding, and I just want to touch base on them because I completely disagree with them. So, um, I mean, when I was reading it, I was just like, really? And then at the end, I was just like, the fuck, this is bullshit. So, um, all right, so we're gonna start. There's like 3 myths. So we're gonna start with the first one. The first one is, fuck, what was it? You can't you can't build muscle and lose fat at the same time, which is just complete horse shit. It's building muscle and losing fat at the same time is otherwise known as recomposition or just recomping for short. And yeah, you can do it. Um, but this article was trying to say that it's impossible because the body has two different mechanisms for burning muscle and building muscle and burning fat. So um, the body builds muscle when it is in an environment of excess or feasting, and the body burns fat when it's in an environment of famine. So, um, you know, popular, or just common knowledge would tell you that, okay, it's impossible because there's just, you can't feast and famine at the same time. However, this is not entirely true because the article implied that you would need to go on intense bulks and intense cuts to achieve a bodybuilder's physique, which is just complete horseshit. You can stay relatively lean year round, and I'm not saying you can't bulk, and I bulk. I'm technically in my off season right now, and partially the reason why I keep a lot of shirts on is just because I'm retaining a lot of water. I'm not, I don't look all that fucking impressive right now, so. It's not like I'm getting ready for a show where I'm gonna have every fucking like serratus shit, showing stuff like that. But you can build muscle and stay lean at the same time. It's really it's not easy. I'm not gonna tell you it's fucking easy, but it's not impossible either. You can basically what you want to do is if you want to build muscle, you can keep the cardio. Don't drop cardio. Keep that out. That'll keep your fat and water down. But also, don't go on these crazy dirty bulks because you're gonna put on fat too with that. Just simply get in just the right amount of nutrients where you're in a surplus environment, just the right amount where you'll put on as little fat and little water as possible, and still build muscle. And that's what I do. And that I'm staying relatively lean in my bulking. And I call it just a lean bulk. You don't want to go on these dirty bulks because then when you have all this fat accumulated, now when you're cutting, you got to lose it all. And when you're losing so much fat, then you're going to wind up burning more muscle than you want to. Because when you're cutting obviously it really is hard to build muscle while cutting. That is basically impossible. The whole point of cutting is to just burn off the fat over the muscle to just unveil what you've been working so fucking hard for. And but yeah, you can do it. You can do it. Don't listen to that. And the reason why I'm making this video is just in case you happen to stumble upon a article like that, don't listen to it. Really don't. Because I've seen it for myself. And I've done it for myself. So I know it works. And I know it can work. So that article, whoever came up with that myth, fuck you. All right, next myth. The next myth that I was reading is the myth was what works for some people may not work for other. And they were saying that was a myth. That's not true because if we were so physiologically different that doctors wouldn't be able to prescribe the same medications for same illnesses and whatnot. But again, this is not true because I've seen it for myself and I've witnessed it. I've just witnessed it that what works for certain people doesn't work for other people because your body has genetically superior body parts over others. For me personally, my chest is genetically superior to the rest of my muscle groups. And so in other words, I can build up my chest a lot faster. So if I can miss, I can even miss 2 weeks and not even train chest and it won't shrink at all. So that's the genetically superior body part for me. Now, at the same time, if I did that shit with my legs would dwindle down to little sticks because I need to, because that's a lagging body part. That's a body part where I was not blessed where I can just mosey around a workout or just not hit it as frequently or as hard and get still outstanding results. Whereas I have seen people and I've trained with people whose leg workout routines were, they're moderate. And I'm not going to say they were easy, because none of the people that I train with don't train hard, but it would be a lot less intense or a lot less volume than I would be doing for legs, because their genetically superior body part was their legs. So they could skip that for a couple weeks and they would still have incredibly fucking awesome, quadriceps. So that is also a myth. What works for some people will not work for other people. That's a fact, okay? Otherwise, those were the two most important ones. I know I said three, but those are the ones I really want to touch base on, because I don't want people getting the wrong idea. Because I don't want you getting fat. I don't want you. The whole point of my YouTube channel is to try to show people, on top of eating healthy and how to make food taste good, but also how to be able to build muscle and not be fat. Because no matter what, when you go on a bulk, you're gonna put on a little bit of water and a little bit of fat, but you don't have to have it to be a significant thing. So that's really it, guys. Don't fucking listen to those myths. That's the myths on the myths of bodybuilding. And if I find any more that piss me off enough, I'll make another video covering those. But yeah, that's all for now, guys. See ya.